Ellen 24/7 lights up your day with unbeatable shows that guarantees absolute access to stories that revolves around politics, entertainment, and sports. Breaking news, plus detailed reports and analysis. At Ellen 24/7, where the story goes, we go.
Hello and thanks for joining us. This is News Now on Ellen 24/7. I am Dorothy Monday. We begin our story from the presidency, where the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has commended the Finnish government for its decisive intervention in the arrest and detention of Simon Ekpa, describing it as a crucial step towards preserving Nigeria's unity and peaceful coexistence. Tinubu stated this on Friday in Abuja while receiving letters of credence from the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, Sana Selin, at the State House. This was contained in a statement released by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, on Friday. Earlier during the event, Tinubu also received letters of credence from the Ambassador of the European Union, Göta Mignot, and the Ambassador of Algeria, Hossein Mezoud. He called for stronger ties with the EU, urging collaboration to enhance trade, digitalization, and automation in service delivery. The President also reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to regional cooperation during his meeting with the Algerian ambassador, citing the Trans-Saharan African Gas Pipeline project as a vital initiative for Africa's economic development. And the series of diplomatic engagement on Friday underscored Tinubu's resolve to strengthening Nigeria's international relations while ensuring peace, stability, and economic growth within the country. Meanwhile, Vice President Kashim Shatima has returned to Nigeria after his eventful engagement at the 2025 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. The Vice President, who represented Nigeria at the annual Global Economic Summit, presented the nation's investment opportunities to a global audience, advocated African economic integration, and held a strategic meeting with the world leaders and international organizations. His return to the country was disclosed in a statement on Friday by his spokesperson Stanley Walkocha. During his time in Davos, Vice President Shatima participated in forums that drew attention to the importance of driving investment into Africa's frontier markets. In bilateral meetings with global leaders, including the President of Botswana, Duma Boko, and President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, Vice President Shatima disclosed strengthening intra-African relations and fostering partnerships to promote trade and development. He also engaged in talks with the Director General of World Trade Organizations, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, and President of the World Economic Forum, Borge Brende, on collaborative efforts to address Africa's challenges, including energy security, food crisis, and ecological threats. And the Senate has alleged that some retired military generals might be responsible for illegal mining activities across Nigeria, which continue to undermine the country's effort to diversify its economy. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Interior, Senator Adams Oshomole, made this allegation during the budget presentation by Senator Samson Ekong, chairman of the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals Development, to the Senate Committee on Appropriation. Oshomole expressed frustration over the federal government's inaction, urging President Bola Tinubu's administration to address the illegal mining crisis decisively. He compared the situation to the government's robust measures against illegal oil bunkering in the Niger Delta and called for similar enforcement in the mining sector. According to him, the ongoing illegal mining across the country is being carried out by retired generals, and we know them. They use helicopters to cart away gold, marking billions of dollars while the country suffers. He further revealed that during his tenure as national chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC, he had written to former President Muhammadu Buhari about the situation, detailing how illegal miners arm local groups and use sophisticated equipment to exploit resources. Elsewhere, the Court of Appeal Abuja has set aside a judgment of a federal high court which struck out a suit filed against the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, for refusing to respond to an application made under the Freedom of Information Act 2021. The judgment was in an appeal filed by Lawyers Network Against Corruption Limited, GTE, through its counsel, Ezenwa Adumno, challenging the May 26, 2023 judgment of the Federal High Court, Abuja, which struck out its suit against the CBN over refusal to respond to an FOI application made to it. The appellant filed the suit by way of an application for judicial review against the refusal of CBN to grant its request to furnish it with the records of physical stocks of the demonetized coins available as at 17th of March 2017 and 8th of July 2020. Now, it is the appellant's contention that it does not require leave of court before applying for judicial review of a decision of a competent institution, like the CBN refusing to provide the information sought. Justice Okonabang, who delivered the unanimous judgment of the three-member panel of justices of the Appellate Court, held that the denial of the appellant's request for the demonetized coins available as of 17th of March 2017 and the 18th of July 2020 is contrary to the provision of the Freedom of Information Act 2021. He held that the appellant is not requested by the provision of Section 21 of the FOI Act to take any legal steps before filing the application for judicial review of the decision of the CBN refusing its application. And now moving on to Benue State, the state government has launched a 5-year state action plan for durable solutions with plans to return its countless internally displaced persons to their ancestral homes. The launch, which took place at the Government House Makurdi, was witnessed by other key partners, including the Minister for Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, as well as the United Nations Resident Coordinator. The launch attracted dignitaries and relevant partners from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, led by the Minister Nentawi Yildwada, who see the launch as a shift from tears occasioned by mass killings and displacement to celebration, of course, of progress fueled by collaboration. A comprehensive document the international community sees as a powerful affirmation of their support to the people of the state that can be replicated in other climes. United Nations Resident Coordinator in Nigeria, Mohammed Malik Fall, gives the UN's commitment to stand in full solidarity of the people of Benue and the entire country. Earlier, the state governor led the Minister for Humanitarian, the UN Resident Coordinator in Nigeria, and other humanitarian partners to one of the IDP's farms in Tiomo, in Makurdi local government area of the state. It is one of the 6 designated IDP farms which is part of the Durable Solution Project aimed at improving the livelihood of the displaced in the interim. Away from that, the Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has charged the Managing Director of Edo State Traffic Control Management Agency, Engineer Stainless Ijegede, on indiscriminate parking and traffic gridlock, especially in market areas. Governor Okpebholo gave the charge while decorating Ijegede with his new rank as the head of the EDSTMA, addressing the new managing director and his personnel at the Exco Chambers in Government House. The governor said the agency should do its job well by ensuring free flow of traffic across the state. The EDSMA boss, Engineer Stainless Ijegede, thanked Governor Okpebholo for the opportunity to serve the people of Edo State and assured him of the loyalty of the agency. He added that his men will do their jobs professionally and ensure that there is free flow of traffic across the state.
Whenever I drive around town, I see vehicles everywhere. The city is not well kept. To make sure that the city is well kept, vehicles park here, park there, and it's causing obstruction. Traffic is not flowing, so you people should wake up and keep Edo State clean. When I mean clean, let there be no stone left or torn. Make sure that every vehicle that are supposed to park, especially the market area is looking so kept. You go, you see vehicle parking, another one park there. You should do your job so that the traffic will be flowing. I think if you are able to take that step, Edo people will be happy with you.
I want to assure the governor as I stand here and I assure the people of Edo State that we are going to do our job and we ensure we do it thoroughly so that in the course of doing our job, we do not bring the government and the governor of Edo State to disrepute.
The Justice Wilfred Pochi-led three-member Edo Election Petitions Tribunal has adjourned case to Tuesday, January 28th, 2025 for resumed hearing, having fielded witnesses of the PDP on Friday, during which the fraudulent addition of 5,530 votes for APC Okpebolo in Ego local government area was exposed. Backed by compelling exhibits, a development that has caused cold feet within the APC Okpebolo cycle. PDP Asuogi are challenging APC Okpebolo's INEC facilitated victory in the September 21st Edo governorship election. Evidence before the tribunal. All CTCs suggest massive electoral fraud for which APC Okpebolo remainly benefited. So far, PDP Asuogi are coasting on victory ground as APC Okpebolo continue to face significant embarrassment and setbacks in failed attempts to defend their stolen electoral victory in the court. Edo people are urged to continue to maintain peace as the tribunals avoid commitment to do the right thing is equally causing ripples within the APC. Away from that, discussions on the implementation of the new minimum wage have continued in many states since President Bola Tinubu signed into law. Affected states include Abia, Akwa Ibom, Ebonyi, Ekiti, Enugu, Imo, Nasarawa, Katsina, Oyo, Sokoto, Yobe, Zamfara, and the Federal Capital Territory. Comrade Abdulrazak Yusuf Sangari Johnson, the chairman FCT High Court, told Ellen 24/7 on Friday that the Judiciary Staff Union issued a 21-day ultimatum circular to the FCTA over non-implementation of the minimum wage, 25 to 30% salary increase and wage award as at the 23rd of January 2025. He said failure of the government to release funds for payment, the union will commence indefinite strike. Earlier today, Ellen 24/7's Manap Balabobo spoke with the FCT chairman, Jusen. Watch this.
While the federal government has begun the payment of the new minimum wage, many states across Nigeria are yet to begin payment. But apart from that, some federal government staff in the FCT Abuja are also left out from the new minimum wage, and that is why Comrade Abdulrazak Yusuf Sangari, the FCT chairman of JUSIN, joins us right here in our studios in Abuja to speak about their plans of the union to go on strike. Many thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be with you.
All right. Before you came to our studio, I had to get your clarifications because I was thinking it is the duty of the FCTA to pay the minimum wage, and not until you educated me that you are actually under the payroll of the federal government. So why this dichotomy? We saw the president approve 300% increase for judiciary officers. So can you just talk to us on why there's been the delay?
Thank you very much. Actually, as you rightly said, the federal government has approved the new national minimum wage, which was signed by the President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, and it has become a law that every Nigerian worker within the state and across ought to enjoy it, and we are expecting implementation. From the available informations to us, that other MGS, ministry, department, and agencies of government have started enjoying the 70,000 minimum wage. But I'm speaking to you right now, for almost 5 months after the implementation, the FCT Judiciary staff have not received any, not only FCT Judiciary staff, but all the federal judiciary staff. comprises of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, the Court of Appeal, the Federal High Court, the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, the Body of Benches, the National Judicial Institute, the Federal Judicial Service Commission, the FCT Sharia Court of Appeal, the FCT Customary Court of Appeal, and other judicial body. As we speak, we have not started enjoying the 70,000 minimum wage. And yes.
All right, so from last year till now, who have you spoken with, the CGA and the Attorney General of the Federation?
Yes, we spoke with almost all the rival agency concerned. We wrote our complaint through the Office of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Kekereoku, and we also copy it to all head of court. What I mean by head of court, the President of the Court of Appeal, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, the President of the National Industrial Court, and other administrators, including the NJC Secretary, who is in charge of receiving and disbursing judicial funds to various judicial body and court. Okay. We have served every one of them. And it's not only about the national minimum wage. There are other federal government increment that we ought to enjoy because other agencies are enjoying.
What are they?
Yes, there is pronouncement by the federal government of 25% and 35% increment on the salary of consolidated salary structures, which judiciary, Federal Judiciary and the FCT Judiciary are part of that salary structures. We are yet to receive that payment from 1st January 2024 to date. And we also have an areas of wage award because the federal government says that due to the consequential adjustment time frame before the implementation of the national minimum wage, there need for wage award to be paid to various Nigerian workers. And we in the FCT and Federal Judiciary are yet to receive that. That is our major challenges so far.
Now, I've seen some of your colleagues, that's other state chapters, you know, call for, some of them have gone on strike, some of them, their governors have intervened. So is this your first warning ultimatum to the government since July last year?
Yes, this first ultimatum given to the government. You see, in every trade union organization, even the Nigerian Labour Congress, we as the affiliate of it, strike is not part of our agitation or not a mechanism to get our demands. We engage the government amicably. Anytime you see ultimatum of this nature, it means that the government have compelled the labor organization to give an ultimatum. But
I actually saw the letter from NLC directing your chapters, including the FCT, to actually embark on the strike, given the fact that you have done all that you could to ensure that something is done. So the date starts 23rd, right?
33rd of January.
The federal government has 21 days.
21 days.
Or else you
will shut down the nation court.
Now, well, we're out of time, Comrade Abdulrazak Yusuf. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Well, you're still on to news now on LN24/7. Still to come, news from Africa and around the world after the break. Stay with us.
LN24/7 is first of all a news station.
Well, we'll continue with updates from the just concluded governorship
in the southeast has raised questions if INEC will be able to conduct elections.
With a core team of over 40 correspondents spread across Nigeria.
Nigeria is set to take its place.
And affiliates in Africa, Europe, America, and Asia. We give you news as it breaks from the perspective you can trust.
LN24/7 News, where the story goes, we go.
Well, thanks for staying with us. Now, the governor of Eastern Congo's North Kivu province has died from injuries sustained during fighting on the front line. A military spokesman said on Friday as M23 rebels closed in on the provincial capital, M23 made significant territorial gains in recent weeks, encircling Goma, which has around 2 million people, and its regional hub for security and humanitarian efforts. The circumstances around the death of Major General Peter Siriwami were unclear, but Siriwami, who led army operations in the restive North Kivu, visited troops on the front line in Kasengezi, around 13 kilometers, 8 miles from Goma, on the day of his death. The governor died at a hospital after sustaining injuries on the front line, officials said. The Congolese army spokesperson General Sylvain Ekenge confirmed Siriwami's death on Thursday. Panic spread in Goma as rebels took control for Osek, a town only 27 kilometers from the provincial capital and one of the last main routes into the city, still under government control, according to the United Nations chief. And President Donald Trump, on a tour of 2 states reeling in recent months from hurricanes and wildfire, pledged on Friday to upend how the country has responded for decades to natural disasters, saying that he wants to eliminate FEMA and threatening to withhold federal assistance to California unless it passes a new voter ID law. I think we're going to recommend that FEMA go away, Trump said, suggesting that states take the lead role in responding to disasters and then get reimbursed a percentage of their cost from the federal government. He said individual governors will be responsible for overseeing disaster responses in their respective states throughout his visit in North Carolina. He repeatedly criticized FEMA and the Biden administration's handling of the natural disaster as he gathered with families whose homes had been severely damaged by the hurricane after finishing his trip to western North Carolina. In an area of the state that largely supports him, Trump boarded Air Force One to California to tour wildfire damage in the Los Angeles area. In his remarks starting the day, however, he threatened to withhold federal assistance to California if the state doesn't change its voting laws. And Hamas has named 4 hostages to be released on Saturday under the Gaza ceasefire deal. It says they are soldiers Karina Arif, Daniela Gilboa, Nama Levy, and Liri Albag. They will be freed in exchange for 180 Palestinian prisoners held in Israel. It will be the second such exchange since the ceasefire came into effect last Sunday. 3 hostages and 90 prisoners were released in the first swap. Dr. Ayelet Levy, whose daughter Nama Levy was taken hostage by Hamas, called her daughter a very strong girl when she spoke to the BBC last year. The ceasefire halted the war, which began when Hamas attacked Israel on the 7th of October 2023. About 1,200 people were killed and 251 taken back to Gaza as hostages. Hamas is expected to provide information about the remaining 26 hostages due to be released over the next 5 weeks. And of course, in business news, Nigeria's foreign exchange reserves have fallen by $832.62 million in 2 weeks between January 6th and January 21st, hurting the country's reserves that have enjoyed relative stability and growth for about 5 months, as per data from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Data from the Apex Bank show that Nigeria's FX reserves stood at $40.92 billion on January 6, 2025. However, by January 21st, the figure had declined to $40.09 billion, representing a 2.03% decrease in the fortnight. This is as Business Day reported on the 15th of January that the country's foreign currency reserves decreased by $320 million, representing a 0.8% drop, plunging from $40.88 billion on January 2nd, 2025 to $40.56 billion. Yes, along to News Now on LN 24/7. Still to come, sports news update. Just stay with us.
At LN 24/7 Sports. Football just got better. For the fans. For loyalty. For the tackles.
A near supernatural goal from Lionel Messi.
For the celebrations. For the goals. For the love of the game.
Well, many thanks for staying with us. Now bringing you sports updates as Lobi Stars prepare for their second stanza opener against Heartland FC in Owerri on Sunday. The Governor's Reverend Father Hyacinth Aliyah made a surprise visit to Lobi Stars Football Club at their training camp in McCarthy Stadium, Makurdi, accompanied by the chairman of the club, Dr. Philip Nongo, and some top dignitaries. Governor Aliyah reaffirmed his administration's commitment to the club's success and assured the players of unwavering support as the players will soon return home for their matches.
This administration means quite well. There were a number of things that happened in the past. Before I came in, immediately we got in. We've been trying to make it right. And now I'm confident that we've gotten this right. Know that you are a new team, you are turning a new page. This second phase of the league you are going into is your first phase. The other one was convoluted. So this is the first phase and the new face of Lobi Stars. There are lots of expectations on you. Where we are standing, it's my hope. I don't want to say the final word, but I want to assure you that I have to get you back home.
Speaking on the team's prospects, technical advisor Daniel Amokachi acknowledged that while the club had yet to reach its desired level, the commitment of the players and the governor's support will help them achieve their goals. The former national team player and captain of Lobi Stars, Solomon Kwambe, on behalf of the players promised that the team will deliver and make the governor and the state proud.
And thank you for your support. You have said it all. We are not where we are supposed to be. But with the new faces that we're having in the team and the way that they are committed by special grace, he said, do your part and I will do mine. So we are doing our part and we know by special grace that we believe in him and it's only him we believe in. And we shall make you proud at the end of the season by special grace.
You give us the assurance and the confidence. On behalf of my teammate and the backroom staffs, we are assuring you that we will give you all the maximum cooperation to achieve our aim this season.
LN24/7 correspondent Telmon Francis reports that the much anticipated game, which serves as the opening match for the second stanza, initially scheduled for Saturday 25th January 2025, has been rescheduled to Sunday 26th of January 2025 with hope that with the new players, the Aliyah boys will move away from the relegation waters. And that's it for news now at this hour. For more news and program updates, to visit our website www.ln247.news. I am Dorothy Monday. Many thanks for watching.
LN24/7 lights up your day with unbeatable shows that guarantees absolute access to stories that revolves around politics, entertainment, and sports. Breaking news, plus detailed reports and analysis. At LN24/7, where the story goes, we go.